Are we rolling? Cool. Welcome to everyone in the virtual world. We have just done a check-in for our live music class today, and we have Charlie Abusi on the guitar. Thank you to him for being here. We've talked about our intentions, and it seems that we have themes of needing ground and calming and slowing down. We have some sprinkles of neck stretching and hips in there as well. And I welcome you to write your intentions into the chat if you would like to. But we're starting out lying down on your back. All right. So as you rest on the earth, feel your body begin to relax deeper and deeper with each breath you take. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Taking one more breath from the base of your belly. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. Acknowledging the natural world around us today. The breeze. The feeling of the earth underneath you. And acknowledging the music. The sounds that are being created. Along with this class. Breathing in. And out. Take a moment to notice those places that need your care today. Perhaps your hips. Perhaps your neck and your shoulders. Perhaps some places that you didn't notice before. And allow your breath to flow smoothly through your body as you rest here. Clearing away any stuck places. Giving yourself full permission to let go of the outside world. Because for this next bit of time, there is nowhere else in this universe that you have to be but right here. You are safe. You are loved. And you are exactly where you're supposed to be in this world. Gently starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Softly rocking the head from side to side. Perhaps raising your arms above your head and taking a stretch from fingertips to toes and being careful of anything behind you. I think you guys are good. But reach, reach, reach. Feel that stretch. And then gently hug your knees into your chest. Adrian, I think we got a good spot right there or over there if you want more shady. Awesome. Of course, so happy you're here. Yay. So as you're hugging your knees into your chest, notice your hip flexors here and gently start to rock from side to side, massaging out your low back. Feeling into these muscles, and then come back to the center and start to circle your knees by grabbing a hold of each shin with each hand and just circling your knees. You can do opposite circles or they can circle in the same way, whatever feels better. Breathing deeply. And then switch directions, coming around the other way. Just opening up these hips slow. Feeling your breath as an anchor, a foundation on which we build the practice. And then coming back to the center and interlace both hands around your right shin, extending your left leg out on the earth. You can also bend that knee if that's a little bit too much of a stretch at first. Breathing deeply here. Breathing in. And then on your exhale, you pull that knee a little bit closer in. Using the exhale to relax into the stretch. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, let's twist that right knee over to the left, extending your right arm out to the side and just coming into a gentle, kind of like an abstract twist. It doesn't have to be perfect alignment. You can allow that right shoulder to come up off the ground too. Just being mindful of your low back. If you're getting any pain, come out of it a little bit. One more breath here. And then inhale, come back to the center. Hug that right knee into your chest one more time, interlacing those hands. And then release the right leg next to the left and just rotate your toes in and out as you rest on the earth. So just opening up the hips and notice the difference between both sides. And now let's switch sides. So pull that left knee into your chest, interlacing your hands around that shin. And take a couple breaths here. Again, using the exhale to stretch deeper into this hip. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. One more breath in this posture. Inhale. And exhale. All right, let's twist it out. So allow that left knee to come to the right as you open up your left arm. And again, my left shoulder tends to want to come up so I don't hurt my back here, and that's totally fine. Let it be a little more abstract, like I said. Alignment does not have to be any which way here, as long as it feels good. Take a full breath in. And exhale. On your next inhale, pull that knee back into the center, hugging it in for one more breath. And then this time, let's bring that right knee to meet the left, and let's start to rock forward and back along your mat. And do it a couple times here. Let this be playful. If it feels okay on your neck, you can even let your toes touch behind you, depending on what is behind you. Listen carefully. We're going to meet somewhere different. So the next time you roll up, meet me in boat pose or Navasana, and we can start in this variation. Toe tips on the ground. We're getting into the core. We're just going to get it right out of the way. All my students laugh at me because I don't like core work very much, and I know I'm talking in this posture. We really just need to be focusing. Okay, so you can stay here, or you can reach your shins like this, or you can go like this. Final variation is right here. I'm feeling tired today, so I'm going to stay right here, but choose your own adventure. Reach your heart forward more. Feel your breath open as we engage this third chakra, Manipur. This is the center of courage and confidence. One more breath, y'all. And then exhale. Let those feet come down. Hands come to rest on the shins. And let's do a couple spinal flexes, kind of like cat-cow here. Haha, Paco. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Inhale forward. Oh, I'm going to let the little nugget in. Exhale back. Keep going like this a few more times. But, oh my gosh, typical cat behavior right there. It's so funny. All right, let's come back to the center. And then as you feel ready, we'll come back into Navasana or boat pose. You can be here, 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 or here. Choosing your own adventure. I'll do like the middle variation here. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel your strength and allow yourself to be strong in this posture. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, stay here. Come with me for just 2 more breaths here. So maybe you join me to exhale into low boat here. And inhale back up. One more time. We got this. Exhale low. Inhale back up and release it down. Let's do those same spinal flexes. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. Let it all even out. Inhale and exhale. One more full round here. And exhale. And then coming back back to center. Was it Katie? Sorry, Kristen. I saw you do Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. So let's all come here. I think this is a great one to begin to journey into our hips a little bit more. So I want to throw in some Kundalini here. I actually did this morning, and this is one that activates the second chakra. So that's our center of like creativity, sexuality, like the water element. It can also be addiction too if it's imbalance. So they're all kind of related according to yoga philosophy, if you want to go down that road. Okay. Yeah, so let's sit up nice and tall, and we're going to engage in breath of fire. So if this is not right, if you're having any belly pain or if you're on your menstrual cycle, don't engage in breath of fire. But otherwise, it can be very powerful to bring some things to the surface. So it's going to be rhythmic and short, sharp exhales. Inhale comes naturally. Let's experiment with it and just try it before we add on the other little thing. So stay in this posture. And then your your eyes are gonna be closed, but you can watch my belly actually, and that might help you get a vibe for it. So inhale deeply, and exhale, let it go completely. And you're gonna inhale halfway, and then short, sharp exhales. And inhale deeply, exhale, let it go. All right, does anyone have questions about that? Should we just keep it flowing? It sounded great. What's up? Oh yes, in and out of the nose, thank you, mouth stays closed. If you have any sinuses, you might get some things moving through you, and you can go inside and grab a paper towel if you need to. Okay, so now we're gonna add this part to it. You're gonna bring your knees up and down like a butterfly here. So this is activating our hips so that we can stretch into them later, and then you will begin breath of fire as you feel ready, and you can close your eyes as soon as you're ready to. And focus is on the hips, intention is on the hips. Try and stay present, and let's go. And if it gets too much, just start to take long, deep breaths. If you need to pause, listen to yourself, listen to your body. Otherwise, we're going to keep going for about 45 more seconds, and you've got this. Resistance may come to the surface, and the fact is deciding whether to rest or to move through that resistance. Either choice is right if it's right for your body and you. Keep going. Home stretch. We're almost there. We have about 10 seconds left. Almost. Keep those eyes closed. Feel this internal movement. You are moving energy up the spine, releasing it from your hips. Powerful work. Okay, take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in. Heart reaches forward. Feel the spine long. And exhale, let it go. Nice job. Okay, let us get out of this posture. So bring your hands on the outer edges of your knees and gently draw them together. Okay, and then from here, you're just going to let your hands reach to the sides. Your fingers can point back or out to the sides if you have any wrist tenderness, and then just start to rock your legs from side to side. Let's give it a nice counter stretch. And just breathe. Take a moment to just notice the effects of that particular posture. It's a strong one. Maybe you're getting a nice glute massage right now. I am, and I want to stay here forever, but we'll keep going, don't worry. Let's do one more on each side. And then gently come to the center, and let's make our way into tabletop position. Bringing it into this posture where you do want your shoulders to be over your wrists and your hips over your knees, so finding that stance and especially pressing through the base of that thumb and first finger. This is really good, especially if you play an instrument or are on your phone Pretty much good for everyone, I'd say. So tucking those toes under to maybe get a little foot stretch, and make sure your stance is long enough. I see some shorter tabletops. Good, you guys. Nice adjustments. Inhale, arching the spine, gazing up. Let's come into some cat-cows. Exhale, press through the palms. Tuck your chin. Expand your shoulder blades across your back. Beautiful. Inhale, opposite flexion of the spine as you gaze up. Exhale. Good. Just feeling the stretches here. Keep going. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last one here. And exhale. Okay, actually we're going to do another half of one because we're going to transition. So inhale again, come into cow pose. And now make sure your toes are tucked if they're not already. And then if it feels right for your body, you're just going to hover those knees for a moment. You're going to engage the core, hover here, breathe deeply. Shaking means that something is happening. We're almost there. We're not going to be here forever. One more breath. And exhale, hips up and back into downward facing dog. Or an option for this one is always puppy pose with the knees on the ground. So choose your own adventure. If I'm ever doing down dog and you want to do puppy, please take that posture. All right, now keep remembering the press of the thumb and first finger into the earth here. Good, you guys. And now let's bend one knee, sinking into that opposite heel, and then bend the other knee. Just doing a little pedal here to stretch out the hamstrings, the calves. Good. And your hips are kind of like the point of a triangle that your body is making. So reach that pelvis up to the sky. Yeah, there you go. Nice. And then find a still place in your down dog. And let's take a couple of breaths here. This is a strengthener, and we've been here for a little while. Feeling your breath. And then allow your head to drop here and your shoulders to get some relief as you drop your head. Nice, y'all. Let's take one more deep breath. Exhale. On your inhale, rise to the balls of your feet and then ripple forward into a high plank position. And when you're at the plank, you want to gaze forward to open up the heart. Yes. Good. Exhale back, downward dog. And option to do this on your knees always. Inhale forward into a plank position. I'll do it on my knees to show. Exhale back into down dog or puppy pose is also an option. Let's do that one more time. Inhale forward into plank position on or off your knees. Exhale back, down dog or puppy. Beautiful. Okay, from down dog or puppy pose, you're going to raise your right leg up into three-legged dog. Good. Exhale, hug the knee in towards your nose and gently start to step this right foot forward. I usually have to give it a little help with my right hand to get it forward, but here we are in a lunge. Let's build some strength. Rolling the shoulders away and pressing through the ball of that back foot. And then from here, since we are focusing on the hips and the heart, so I always want you guys to think about reaching the heart forward. It's especially challenging in postures like this when we're not really focusing on that area of our body. So just thinking about it. If you need to lower that knee right now, please go ahead. I'm going to do it, but others, if you'd like to stay in that higher lunge, you can do that too. Reaching the heart forward, breathing deeply. And then exhale, everyone lower that knee to the earth. Let's take a moment. Good. Inhale here, gaze up. Exhale, let's walk it back into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Maybe you reach your toes off the ground. We'll stay here for an extra breath. On your inhale, draw it forward, coming back into that lunge. This time, raise those arms up high, reach them up. And then from here, we'll get into our neck and shoulders a little bit. I'm going to mix it up from last week just for fun. So finding a drishti or gaze point in front of you, because y'all, this is a balancing pose for sure. So you are balancing here. Let's bend the right elbow and grab a hold of the right elbow. So your hand's just going to kind of rest on your back here. Yeah. Good. Stretching that out. But now notice if your shoulders are hugging up towards your ears and let them drop away. One more breath here. Exhale. And then inhale, release that hold and reach all the way up. Exhale back down. Hands come to frame the right foot. And then gently bring it back into that Ardha Hanumanasana. Okay. Option to stay here. If you would like another little funky challenge here, you can bring your hands to your heart. I can't stay here for too long. But if you want to try that, just for fun. And maybe you even reach your arms behind you like you're flying through the air. Otherwise, hands just stay down. You get to choose. Yeah. Tiny bend in this front knee just to keep from hyperextending. Nice adjustment, Jess. Beautiful. Good. One more breath here. If you're flying through the air right now, bring your hands back down to meet us. And then let's all meet in a low lunge. Good. Okay. Gaze up, open the heart, press through the ball of the back foot, and let's lift that knee once again. And then bring it back, downward facing dog or puppy pose. And let's rise to the balls of our feet right now. Inhale deeply as you rise. Exhale, let your heels come down as you exhale through your mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to the balls of your feet. Exhale. Last one like that. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Option to stay here, or we'll start to bring vinyasas into our sequence here. So you can roll forward into a high plank on or off your knees, okay? Dropping down to the knees for this first one. Hug your elbows in towards your ribs as you lower all the way down to the ground. Good. Tops of your feet come to the earth. As you come up, roll the shoulders away. Gaze is slightly down. Back body is engaged here. Exhale, release. Let's do that 2 more times. This time, option to raise your hands as you come up. Exhale, lower, or you can just get light on the fingertips because some days my hands are not one to come off the ground. And then inhale, maybe you raise your feet too, just for fun. Exhale, release. Beautiful, y'all. Tucking those toes under. Let's press up through the knees, back into down dog or puppy pose. So that's like a traditional yoga vinyasa. Really, in Sanskrit, vinyasa just means movement connected with breath, but that's just the one you'll see the most in classes. I like it. It's a good way to clear the slate. All right, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. On your next inhale, raising that left leg to the sky. Exhale, hug your left knee in towards your nose, rise to the ball of your right foot, and then gently step that left foot wherever it naturally lands. Use your left hand to help you out if you want to. Okay, so now we're in this high lunge. And you can stay here and just kind of rotate forward and back. But now, let's bring attention to the heart, to the neck and shoulders as they roll away. Yeah, awesome. If you'd like to lower that knee at this point, you can totally do that. I'm going to do it because I did it on the other side. Otherwise, you can keep your knee lifted. Keep reaching your gaze forward to find that length of the spine so that the energy can flow up and down the spine. 1 more breath. And if your knee is raised, please lower it to the earth and meet us here. Good. Good. All right. Root down through your feet, through this back knee, and then raise your arms all the way up to the sky. Beautiful. Reach through the fingertips and feel the energy flow in this posture. Yoga is not only physical, but very energetic as well. It is really whatever you make it to be. Allow the music and this lovely breeze to carry us here. And then let's bend the left elbow and grab a hold with the right hand. Again, notice if your shoulders are wanting to sneak up on you and let them drop away from the ears. Keep reaching the heart forward and bending into that front knee. Woo! Inhale. Exhale. All right, gently release and reach the hands up. Exhale, hands come to frame this left foot, and let's bring it back into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. So it's important, what can often happen is we can kind of lower so that our hip comes right here, but really we want the hip to stay over the knee, so I usually have to scoot my left foot forward a little bit. Does that make sense to everyone right here? Cool, cool, cool. Oh, nice adjustments. Yes. Do you feel that more on that hamstring when you do that? Awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. Let's take 1 more breath here. Good, and then let's bend into this left foot again. We have another repetition of that. Inhale, reach the arms up. Good. Just feeling your strength, feeling the connection with the natural world here. And then exhale, hands come down, coming back into Ardha Hanumanasana. All right, so now stay right here and enjoy the stretch or experience the stretch if it's feeling a little intense right now. Or if you'd like more of a challenge, find that drishti or gaze point in front of you. Maybe you bring your hands to your heart. Maybe you fly through the air right here and reach behind you. And maybe you just keep your hands on the ground. We'll breathe here for 2 more breaths. Just finding your balance, creating this beautiful focus in your mind, body, and spirit in this moment. Inhale. Exhale, let's all meet with our hands on the ground for those that are flying. And then allow your knee to bend, sole of your feet come to the earth. Reach arms up one more time. And exhale, hands come down. Press through the ball of the back foot, lifting that knee. And then step it back, downward facing dog or puppy pose. Option to stay here in down dog, rest in child's pose or puppy pose. If you're not sure about child's pose, I can show you. I think y'all know child's pose. Or come with me through a vinyasa. So if you're coming, inhale forward, high plank. Option if it's in your practice to just lower down through plank. Otherwise, drop your knees. Let's all meet on the ground. Tops of your feet comes to the earth. Roll your shoulders away as you come into a cobra pose. Exhale, coming back down. And then tucking your toes under. Gently press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Let's get ourselves to the top of the mat. So, I want to give the option, if you're feeling playful, we're going to jump into a malasana squat. Maybe we'll try it a couple times just for fun, because what am I talking about, really? I'll show you first. Let's step into it first. So you're going to bring your right foot to the outer edge of your mat. Toes are going to face out. And then you're going to bring your left foot in relatively the same place, and then just kind of squat down, just one step at a time here. Good. And then let's just ease into this posture first. Just giving you a little preview on where we're going. And then once you feel settled in, bringing your hands to your heart. Now, I always say this, but I have very tight Achilles, so I have to step my feet pretty, I have to have a little distance to sink into. So just notice if you need to wiggle around to find it. Everyone looks great. Really beautiful alignment. And then roll your shoulders away. Imagine a line of light coming from the base of your spine all the way up to help you reach your heart forward a little more. Yeah. Deep breath in. Full breath out. It's a great posture for grounding and centering. Let's take 2 more breaths without me talking. Of that last exhale, I'm going to have you gently come out of this a little bit by putting your fingers down, and then we're going to step back into down dog. Okay, and you can pedal out your knees a little bit if you need to release this. So now we have a moment for play. So I encourage you to embody your young self, your young one, the playful self. Or maybe not so young. We have play throughout our entire lives, and we need to keep it that way because it's good. Okay, so you can continue to just move like that. So the first option is going to be just stepping into that squat. Bring your hands into your heart. Or if you'd like to try, you're going to do some jumps here. So you're going to gaze forward and bend into the knees. Maybe jump into Malasana. And we're going to do it a few times. And then just bring your hands back down, and you can jump back into down dog or step. Otherwise, you can hold the squat, hold down dog, or just step into it. I want to do it a total of 5 times here. So moving at your own pace, being light on your feet, finding your alignment, using your core to help you. Good. And you might just be holding one posture. Awesome. I'm going to show that again for all who need to see. Good. And your heart rate may go up a little bit. Let's do 1 more round, and we'll all meet in the squat. Good. And we'll find ourselves here, and then gently put your fingers down and come into a forward fold. Toes can heel toe towards each other, grabbing opposite elbows if that feels good, and just sway yourself from side to side, letting that go. Breathing deeply. Just feeling your breath, slowing everything down. It can be really helpful in a yoga practice to bring in some high intensity and then to find that calm within our minds. It's good practice for the outside world. Let's take one more deep breath right here. And then releasing your elbows if you have them. And then slowly ripple your spine up halfway. So you're going to bring your hands to your shins or your thighs right here. And roll the shoulders away, reaching your pelvis back. Exhale, fold. And then inhale again, come up halfway. Option, if you'd like to kick up the intensity a little bit, you can reach your arms back or forward as we hold here. I'm going to stay with my hands right here. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Let it go. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, come up halfway. Arms reach back or forward or stay on the shins or thighs. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let's all stand up. Inhale here as you reach up. Exhale, hands come into your heart. And here we are, Tadasana, mountain pose. And let's gently bring one hand on top of the heart and the other hand on top of that one. Just feeling your groundedness, feeling this ultimate mudra or hand posture of self-compassion. Just noticing how things have shifted since you first entered this space. Noticing what is alive within you. Let's take one more deep breath here. Exhale. Softly blinking the eyes open and releasing your hands. Let us flow. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, right hand comes down to right thigh, and let's reach over towards the right with the left hand. Okay, let's add in the neck here to get a little bit more of that release. So I want you to drop that right ear down if it feels safe for you. Staying here, or maybe starting to bend into that left elbow. So you're just starting to bend the elbow and you're kind of flossing this area out. And you can play with straightening and bending it a couple times. Just feeling into this neck area. Taking a moment. And let's meet with that left arm reaching over this crescent moon pose. We're almost out of it. And then as you come up, perhaps bringing your right hand to the right side of your head to help it come to the center. And then release the left hand down. Right hand releases as well. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, second side, tilting over to the left. Now first step, release that left ear if it feels safe for you. You're rolling that right shoulder open. And then from here, we start to bend the right elbow. Bending and straightening it slow. Just to feel into that side body and give that shoulder a little floss or a little opening here. Good. And then landing with this right arm reaching over. And then bringing your left hand to the outer edge of that left side of your head, and then bringing everything up to center. Releasing both arms down. Shaking it out here. And let's bend our elbows and just do a couple shoulder rolls here. Just making circles with those elbows. Switching directions, coming around the other way. Your breath is slow and long. And then next inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. Exhale, little bend in your knees. Lead with your chest as you fold forward, sticking the pelvis back. Inhale, draw yourself up halfway. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees enough so those fingers can come to the earth, and let's step back into downward facing dog or puppy pose. Option to stay here or move through a vinyasa with me. Inhaling forward, high plank. Maybe dropping the knees, maybe not. Lower down, coming to your belly. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, back down. Tuck toes under. Inhale, press yourself up. And exhale, back, downward facing dog. Let's pick up the intensity just a little bit here. You guys got this. Root through your left foot and reach your right foot up to the sky. Listen carefully. Exhale, draw your right knee in, knee to nose, hover here. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, right knee draws in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Last one, moving the energy. Feel your strength. Exhale, knee to nose. Gently step that right foot wherever it naturally lands. Come into this lunge variation. Okay, pressing through the ball of the back foot. Let's take a moment to stabilize here. Rolling shoulders away. And then as you feel ready, squeeze your feet together energetically and then rise all the way up to stand. High lunge here. Beautiful. Reaching up through your arms. Bend in. Balancing pose. Bend your right elbow. Grab a hold of that right elbow with your left hand. Okay, if it's a part of your practice and you'd like to try, actually I'm going to get us into this in a different pose that isn't so intense. So just hold here and breathe. Exhale. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands come down to frame your right foot. Now you're going to spin your left foot flat, bringing it out to the side a little bit. Setting up for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So your feet are a little bit further apart like train tracks and hips are going to face forward. Yes, beautiful adjustment, Claire. That was awesome. All right, rooting down, rising all the way up, Warrior 1. Yeah. Okay, we have a little more stabilization in that pose. I didn't want to get you into that weird one in crescent lunge. I was like, we're not doing that. So you're going to bend once again into that right elbow. And then what you can do is kind of spin this left arm around. And I'm going to turn around so you can see me. So I've just spun this left elbow around, and it might just end up being here, and I might just grab a hold of my shirt. I might start to inch it. Maybe my fingers touch here. Maybe I grab. There's all sorts of levels. Be gentle with yourself and just feel what you can do for today. There's some days I can do this one, other days I can't. Just feeling the stretch. And right now I'm just grabbing my shirt. Breathe deeply. Exhale. And then straighten out that front knee. Tyler, I want to give you adjustment love. And start to bend and straighten into that. Is it okay if I touch your hair? Okay. So open up a little bit, lean back. Just allow this hand to just relax here. Yeah, you're almost there. I'm sorry, guys. I know. Oh, there they are. All right. Gently release the grip if you have it. Reach apart. And let's all straighten out that front knee if we haven't already. Hands come down. Step the back foot in a little bit so you're in a little bit of a shorter stance. Nice. Good. Just take a moment. That was an intense one. Move those shoulders out. Okay, you're going to inhale here. And exhale. Let's come on into pyramid pose. So you're going to bring your hands above that knee, and you can stay right here. There's a tiny bend, but it's mostly a straight leg here. Good. Maybe your hands can travel down to your shin or the floor, depending on your flexibility and just where you're at today. And everyone, I almost want a lot of people to just kind of step this left foot out to the side a little bit more, out to the left. Yes, and now you can move your right hip back a little bit more. Good. From here, allow your head to hang and just breathe into this posture. Just allowing the hip to open, allow your hamstrings to open up. Beautiful. Final posture on this side. We're almost there. You're doing great. You're going to keep that left hand on the outer edge of that left calf or thigh or shin or floor. And then you're going to start to reach that right hip back even more and maybe open up into a twisting triangle here. And you might just keep your right hand on your low back too. Beautiful. But everyone, reach your right hip back and your left hip forward and see how that changes it. Yes. Good, Kristen. That was awesome. Yeah. One more breath here. Exhale, release the twist. Good. And then from here, just step that left foot back, coming into that lunge. And then step it back. Down dog, child's pose, puppy pose. Or if you would like to move through a vinyasa, come on through. Inhaling forward into plank. Please choose what is best for you at this point. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. And let's all meet in child's pose unless you are feeling very energetic and you're like, nah, Alice, I need to move some energy. Then give me 5 to 10 chaturangas, push-ups. Otherwise, rest in child's pose. I like to offer all the options. I would definitely be resting in child's pose right now. Okay, no one opted for that. Cool. I support you. Just let yourself settle right here. Feeling your third eye, that forehead resting on the earth, and know that you are very close to ground right now. So I also am a wilderness therapist, and my mentor told me the best intervention is to just sit on the ground, even if you're inside, to help ground you. It's pretty simple, but it can really help calm down the worries or just busyness of the day. All right, gathering your strength, gathering this groundedness from the earth. We have one more burst of fire in our practice today, and you have got this. We are all carrying each other. We are being carried by the music and creating it together. On your next inhale, gaze up at those fingers. Then gently raise your body, tucking the toes under, meet me in downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Rooting down through the right foot, lift your left leg up to the sky. 3 times, exhale, knee to nose, squeezing in, rolling forward. Excuse me, inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to nose, squeezing in. Good. Inhale, reach back. Last one, y'all. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in, and gently step the left foot. Use your left hand to help you out if you need to. Good. Sinking into this lunge. Root to rise, coming all the way up into a high crescent lunge right here. Reaching arms up. Good. Feel that opening, and then bend into your left elbow, and we just come into this first stretch here. Not quite going to the full pretzel pose that we're about to get into. Good, sinking in. Press through the ball of that back foot more. One more breath. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come to frame your left foot. And then from here, you're going to spin that right foot flat. And now make sure you're stepping it to the right so that your hips have room to face forward. Root, hug feet together as you rise up into Virabhadrasana 1. Good. And sometimes I'll just put my hands on my hips to make sure my left hip is moving back and my right hip is moving forward. Good. Okay. From here, reach those arms up. And then you're going to bend that left elbow. Once again, grab it here. This is a beautiful place to stay. If you'd like to get a little funky and give it a playful try, you can release your right hand and spin the thumb down here. And then you're just going to reach, kind of wiggle those fingers up. Each side's going to be different. This side might be a little easier or harder. You might just grab your clothes. Once you get to your stopping place, allow your heart to reach forward and your shoulders to roll back. There's the full pose right there. Cool. And just breathe, y'all. If this gets too much, we can start to straighten and bend this knee. I know we were here for a little while on the other side. So maybe come into a couple bends. Yeah. Just experience experiencing the pose, knowing that you are doing something so beautiful and good for your body and really your whole community because it ripples out. Good. One more breath here. Bend into that knee. Experience the full posture. We're almost there. And then gently release, stretching your arms apart right here. Both arms reach up. And then exhale, release arms down. Start to straighten out this front knee. And let's step that back foot in just a little bit. Setting up for a pyramid pose. And I like to just think about my hip bones facing forward. Headlights facing forward here. Good. Okay, so inhale right here. And then exhale, leading with your chest. Your hands can just kind of walk down this front leg. And you might just park yourself right here. Hugging that left hip back, right hip forward. Make that sound too if you want to. And then you can keep walking your hands down if that is what's right for your body today. And maybe your hands come to the earth, but it's not necessary. You might find a beautiful stretch somewhere in between. Honoring that, there's metaphor there as well for our lives. We don't always have to get to that destination. Sometimes the middle is really beautiful. Had to throw it in there. Let your head drop. Good, good, good. Let's experience this posture for a couple more breaths. One more deep breath. And then gently from here, root down through this right hand, and the right hand can come to your thigh or shin or the floor. And then we're going to start to twist into this twisting triangle pose. Good. Your hand can also stay at your low back too if you're not feeling the reaching up towards the sky. Good. Deep breaths here. Good. So Pete, that's a cool posture, but if you want, you could keep that back foot down. Yeah, that might help you stabilize a little bit more. Yes, beautiful. The other one was right though, and if that's the one you wanted to do, I support you. It was cool. I was like, dang, looks like a break dancer over here. All right, one more deep breath. And then exhale, releasing that top hand, and gently starting to bring your hands back down by bending that front knee. Reach that back foot all the way back, and then step it back. Downward facing dog, child's pose, or last opportunity to come into a vinyasa here. So you might roll forward, gaze forward as you roll forward, lower down as you're gazing forward. Inhale into back bend. Nice, nice job. Exhale back down. Once again, let's all meet in child's pose. You have made it through the fire of our practice. Beautiful. So just allow yourself to deeply rest in child's pose here. Perhaps you give your hips some rocks from side to side. And just feel your breath slowing down more and more. Giving yourself some moments to really absorb the energy of the earth, the energy of the music. Feeling your belly moving in and out. And then softly gazing forward, just walking your hands back towards your knees, coming to sit on your heels. Allow your hips to move off to one side and your legs to extend in front of you. Let's come into one more just simple forward fold here. So your legs can be a little bit engaged, but we're mostly coming into relaxation now. So just chilling. Sitting up tall here. And then exhale, start to fold from your hips by leading your chest forward. And once you get to your stopping point, which could really be right here, which is totally fine, then allow your back to round out there. your head drop and allowing your back to round out, just really draping over those legs. Forward folds are wonderful as anti-anxiety postures, anti-worry postures. They relax your parasympathetic nervous system. I don't need to go into that right now. Back bends are great for depression. Just a little tip. Good. Let's take one more full breath here. And then gently starting to walk your way out of it, bringing your body back up to center. And let's make our way all the way onto your backs to lie down, hugging your knees into your chest. Coming closer and closer to deep, deep rest. And then from here, drop both knees over to the right, teeing your arms out to the side, gazing over that left shoulder. You might need to shift your hips over to the left a little bit too, to leave some room for your low back. Take a couple of full breaths right here. On your next inhale, slowly drawing your knees back to center and just let them fall over to the other side. Again, if you need to shift your hips to the right a little bit to help you out, you can do that too. Slowly releasing here. And on your next inhale, drawing yourself back to center and extending out into our Shavasana. So allowing your legs to reach out. And if there are any other postures your body is longing for, I welcome you to do them before you hit Shavasana. But otherwise, let yourself be held by the earth, by the energy of our community, by the music. Resting deeply. Shavasana. letting this mudra seal in all of the benefits of our practice today into your body, mind, and spirit. Feeling the compassion and love radiate from your hands. And then opening your palms outward, extending fingers outward. Bring to mind a person or people in your life that might be struggling or having a rough time right now. Get clear with their image, and then send them all of this love, all of the benefits of our practice as we practice yoga together with the gift of music. And then drawing your hands into a prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Let's seal it all in with a